Richard Warren Latimer was born at Chicago's Cook County Hospital on August 13, 1934, during the Great Depression. Within 3 months, carried by his parents in a laundry basket, he traveled by train west to California. Dick's mother, Neva Beasley, called Nita, was born in Nevada but grew up in California. Dick's father was born and raised in Tennessee. The Latimer family history in America began in New England in the 1630s, then continued in Tennessee beginning in 1790. Most of them were tobacco farmers. The second oldest of 6 children, Dick grew up in Napa and Vallejo. He worked to put himself through college at the University of San Francisco, which, fortunately, is located just a few blocks from the Mountain for Lonely Women. Dick and Maureen met during their senior year when both taught Saturday morning religion classes at the nearby Catholic church. They are pictured here at Dick's senior prom. Maureen graduated from Lone Mountain in 1956. She returned to Spokane and was hired as a social worker for Catholic Charities. Dick participated in the university's ROTC program and graduated the same year as a second lieutenant. He spent 6 months at Fort Benning, Georgia, and 7.5 years in the reserve defending Western civilization.
In 1958, Dick traveled to Salonika, Greece, where for a year he was on the faculty of an adult language school. He taught English to beautiful young Greek girls. Since he was short on money, his trip home included hitchhiking through Italy and Germany. Dick returned to California to attend graduate school. Maureen was now working at I-Magnum in San Francisco. They began dating again, and a few months later he proposed to her on a starry night in the gardens of the Palace of Fine Arts. On August 20th, 1960, Dick and Maureen were married in San Francisco at St. Dominic's Catholic Church. Maureen continued to work, while Dick was awarded his master's in English from UC Berkeley. Their first daughter, Elizabeth Ann, known as Liz, was born in 1961. The family of 3 moved to Santa Rosa that year, where Dick began a teaching career that would span 31 years in Santa Rosa. He taught at Santa Rosa High School, then transferred to the new Piner High School, serving for several years as the first chair of the English department.
In 1964, the Latimers built their family home in Hidden Valley. Liz was joined by her sisters, Kathleen, Caroline, and brothers John and Mark. The family was now complete. Plenty of hands for those dreaded Saturday morning chores. Family life revolved around school and good friends, birthday parties, sports, Terrace Plunge Swim Center, the trimming of the Christmas tree, Dick's annual Christmas Eve reading of the birth of the Christ child and the O. Henry story, The Gift of the Magi, small treasures in the Christmas stockings, visits from the grandparents, flights down Cardboard Hill, the candy race on Halloween, and the camping trips with a tent that regularly collapsed in the middle of the night. In February 1970, Dick took a sabbatical leave, and he and Maureen and the children ages 3.5 to 9 years set off for a 7-month stay in England. They rented a duplex in the village of Longhambro, outside of Oxford. The children attended the village school. Liz is pictured here in a school maypole dance. During school holidays, the family traveled to Ireland and Wales, sometimes staying at dairy farms. Liz and Kathleen joined their parents on a trip to France, leaving Caroline and John at their English home with a wild babysitter.
Back in Santa Rosa, life returned to normal. The years passed, and before they knew it, prom nights and graduation ceremonies came and went. In 1978, Maureen began her 18-year career with the County of Sonoma. A 5-week Santa Rosa teachers' strike in late 1980 continued right through the Christmas season. A Charlie Brown Christmas tree was all the Latimers could afford at the time. Now, looking back, some of the children say that the scraggly tree was the best Christmas tree they ever had.
During the 80s and into the 90s, weddings were a focus of the family. Liz and David Carroll were married, followed by John and Kelly Latimer, Kathleen and Matthew Ely, Liz and Eric Garbacci, and Caroline and Patricia Pombo. Dick and Maureen's lives were enriched by the birth of their first grandchild, Ryan Carroll. 2 years later, their first granddaughter, Jennifer Carroll, was born. The grandchildren's ranks were increased by Ethan and Patricia Ely, Julia, Emily, and Claire Latimer, and Ashlyn and Robbie Garbacci. Now another generation has joined the family with the birth of their first great-grandchildren, Madison and Riley Carroll.
During the mid-'80s and the '90s, Maureen and Dick took a series of trips by train, car, ship, and finally bus. They enjoyed meeting people in Spain, Greece, Italy, see here Maureen's favorite statue, Ireland, Japan, the Caribbean and Mexico, Eastern Europe and the United States. They exchanged houses in Scotland and Cornwall and in New Hampshire, where the water heater burst and flooded the first floor of the house. Dick retired in 1992 after a 33-year teaching career. He began a second career as a paralegal, working for 11 years at the Council on Aging, focusing on housing and public benefits for seniors. In retirement, Dick is an active volunteer. He is a teacher's aide in this elementary school class, an intake worker at the Santa Rosa Homeless Services Center, a strong advocate for affordable housing in Sonoma County, and a Yellow Dog Democrat proud to support the party of the working man.
After retirement, Maureen was a member on several advisory committees and boards, including the Sonoma County Area Agency on Aging Council, the In-Home Support Services Advisory Committee, the Sonoma County Association of Retired Employees, and she served 7 years on her Homeowners Association Board of Governors. She plays a little bridge, too. It's a good time of life, and Maureen and Dick are blessed by family and by many good friends. It all began at a Saturday morning religion class in 1956.
1, 2, 3. Hey!